My heart, I
can't even. If you could just end it like that, that'd be great. Today I'm sharing some of the trends I'm really excited about for 2026. These are things I'm really inspired by and have been inspired by for quite some time. So you'll see them start to pop up into Studio McGee projects and McGee Co products. While I don't love the word trend, I do think that there are details that keep design feeling fresh. I have identified ones that are still rooted in tradition and very much a part of our new heritage aesthetic. One of those trends is silver. You'll see I'm starting to incorporate some silver into my bracelet stack and in all areas of the home. Beautiful pewter picture frames to this tiny little antique silver shell dish that I found that's been living on my coffee table, collected silverware, and while I still love unlacquered brass and antique brass finishes, we're just seeing a lot more silver come into the home space. It's more that the silver is coming in through the accessories and lighting accents versus just the whole home being a cold silver. I love an antique silver, a pewter finish. So everything from that polished, shiny look to a patinaed look. I will say, when I say silver, I mean true silver, not a chrome finish. Pattern on pattern. I think this is one I shared last year as well, and we're still seeing it come back in a really big way. I've always been a fan of pattern, but right now we're seeing a resurgence of it in a really traditional form, which is layering pattern on wallpaper, the upholstery, the pillows, and their bold patterns being layered together, and often it's a floral print. And I love that look. I'm excited to use that in several projects right now. And at McGee Co, we have this beautiful new wallpaper launching that has matching upholstery and pillows, and it'll be the perfect way to get that look. And also introduce our new trend, which is blue. And I know blue isn't exactly a new thing, but you see green and blue as the it color kind of change over the years. And we've seen green in all forms. Green is one of my favorite colors. I love it. But I am seeing blue come back in a big way in all shades, from light powdery blue on cabinets. That's what I'm doing in our craft room as we speak. And also a lot of traditional blue and white, lots of ginger jars. It's timeless, it's classic, but right now it feels fresh because I think we've moved away from it a little bit over the last couple of years. We have a project that's coming out in 2026 that has an entire blue and white tinted room and a lot of navy blue and light blue accents throughout the entire home. And I'm really excited to share that with you. Monogramming and embroidery. I love a monogram on a tote bag or on a shirt, and I love it in the home as well. I love that it gives a more personalized look. And embroidery is a technique that you get those beautiful stitching details on textiles. And again, all of these trends really speak to traditional heritage elements that we're seeing a huge resurgence of. It's a great way to incorporate some texture in your home, and there might even be some monogramming coming to McGee Co soon. Maybe it's because I've spent the last year writing a cookbook that is filled with tablescapes, but I have pulled lots of inspiration of more formal tablescapes. I have a set of vintage silverware that I break out when I'm wanting this look. Sid carried it around in a backpack as we toured Paris last year as a family. I think there are so many ways that you can get that look, even if you don't have grandma's hand-me-down china. We have these really pretty napkins at McGee Co that I love look like they could have belonged to grandma. That was the inspiration. They have this really pretty little eyelet detail and then some embroidery that we just talked about, and also this little ribbon that runs through the edge. And what I love about this is that this could go on a very formal tablescape, or I could pair it back with something more casual. I mean, we're looking at fancy tablescapes right now. The Studio McGee aesthetic, we're known for like this elevated but laid back living, and I'm still always into that. But right now, we're pulling towards the fancy side, dark wood stains. So this is something that I have called out for the last few years. And what I love about saying some of these repeating trends means it's not a short-lived trend. It's just part of the design cycle. And we've seen dark woods really start to make a comeback. And right now, especially, we're just seeing a lot of it. Rich, depth, it adds a lot of character to a home. I love a white oak, but I really am into the incorporation of bringing that dark stain into the home. And that could be finishes. We're doing a home right now in Mexico, and all the cabinetry throughout the home is a dark stain, similar to what you see here. I love English oak tones. You're seeing a lot of that in our McGee Co pieces, a lot of that brown stain. And I hope to continue to see more of that brought into the home, whether it's furniture or the finishes. As much as I love a patterned area rug, I'm really liking a solid area rug as well right now. And we've used this look in projects. We have new rugs coming to McGee Co that have this solid tone, and it is a trend that I am seeing. I was shopping in Italy, and a lot of the high-end retail boutiques had wall-to-wall colored carpet, which was fascinating to me. I am not talking about doing wall-to-wall light blue carpet in your home though. Let's be clear. I think a solid rug is a really nice way to break up the area rugs in your home. I'm not saying do a solid rug everywhere. I'm saying try the look in one space. The key is a really high quality material here, because a solid in an inexpensive, poor quality material isn't going to have the same impact. Last we have Hollywood Cottage, and I think I need to trademark that name. This is a look that really brings all the trends that I just talked about together in one place. Imagine a space with seagrass rugs, slip-covered sofas, breezy linen drapes, vintage-inspired florals, blue and white accents, silver, and when they are brought together, it evokes a definite mood and really harkens back to when I started design in the 2010s. And while we've seen a lot of cottage inspiration over the last few years, this is cottage, but with a fanciness applied to it. Together, all of these layers feel elegant and curated, but you can also make them feel really lived in and comfortable as well. I love to identify trends that are really just classic elements that are having a resurgence, and I think that there are many ways to apply these in both big and small areas of your home. And if you'd like to see more of these trends come to life, we have lots of imagery on StudioMcGee.com.